This is part two to what if Deku was Zoro's son. And I wanted to say that Deku and Zoro would be on an island for 7.5 years because Zoro wants to train him into becoming a good hero and a good swordsman, but he knows that it's going to take a while since he is still a young kid and he hasn't trained as hard and as long as Zoro would. So he's gonna teach him, and he's gonna teach him properly instead of to the rushing him and making his body. Not saying his muscles will be deformed, but his muscles would be like if he would train for 7.5 years. So he will become strong, and he's gonna look the part. So he's not gonna look as slim, but he's not gonna be buffed out like All Might. Somewhere probably in the between. And Zoro would be told by Inko to make sure that he studies, so that way he won't be, well, let's see, he won't be actually battle smart and physically strong. He would also be intellectually smart. And how this works, Frankie will take him to an island full of animals that have quirks. And it won't be just like super strength, super speed. They would also have fire breath and like lightning coming out of them. So that way he can learn how to face different kinds of opponents in the real world. And during this time, Zoro would teach him how to use haki. And since I'm not going to give him Conqueror's haki just yet, he's going to learn how to use Conqueror's haki during the 10-month training. Because he's going to need it for a lot of battles that he's going to be using it in. No, using it in. So I'm sorry. He's gonna learn armament haki. Uh, let's see, probably half between the 7.5 years, and he's going to learn three sword style. Probably probably after his armament haki, because Zoro's gonna not. He's gonna train him how to use one sword, two swords. After that, three swords, and probably a year and a half after that, he's going to teach him, like probably in the very end, he's going to teach him no sword style. And with his haki as well, that he's going to be using it in, he's going to be very strong. And after that, let's skip probably after the training, because it's pretty much, if you think about how Luffy used his training with Rayleigh. That's how he pretty much did it without the whole freaking gum attack. And once he came home, Inko would like hug him, but she would see the scars and some burn marks on him and a bit of bruises because Zoro wants to teach him how to fight when he doesn't have his swords with him at all times, because he knows that not every day he's going to have him, so he's preparing him for that. Anyway, Zoro would get an earful from Inko because she would look at him like, my baby isn't a baby anymore. He is a sawed off Chuck Norris. Zoro would probably be proud of that. Anyway, uh, 2 weeks after that, he goes to school because he's not gonna be held back because of all the studies that he still did with Zoro. and probably he was slacking off, so he's not gonna be like fully smart, but he's gonna be smart enough to at least get B's in his class. But anyway, he goes to school, and Bakugo, he's gonna be in the same class as her. And if you guys don't remember, he's Bakugo's a girl on this one. Anyway, and she recognizes him. She recognizes him, but she doesn't recognize him fully. She only remembers a little boy who was a little muscular, who had green hair and little freckles. I'm still gonna give him freckles on this one. This is Deku still. And not only that, she remembered him with his father, who was tall, well, taller, probably probably shorter than All Might, like, well, the same size as Sanji. So they're Sanji and him are both at least almost up to eye level. And Deku, he's going to be tall. Let's say he's gonna be taller than the sugar dude. I really do I forgot what his name was. Just Sugar Man. And she looks up at him and tells him hello, because she's going to be nice. If I didn't say it on the last what if, she's going to be nicer, but she's going to let's see, she's not gonna be too nice, but she'll knock you down while helping an old lady across the street, and then she'll come back for seconds, basically like that. And she sees him as strong, and she tells him if he's ever been in a fight before, and he said, "Yes, I am." Which she would think that he's kind of cocky. So she would go and tell him to meet him at around I think it would be around the place near let's just say it's near the gym, but it's at the back of the school. It's near the gym, but it's like behind the school. And she would challenge him, and not Zoro, Deku will look at her and say he doesn't have time for fighting. He just wants to train and get strong. And she would kind of get mad because she still has her pride. She wants to be the strongest, but if anybody's stronger than her, she'll admire them. Because she's going to be someone who, if they're weaker than her, she doesn't care if they're quirkless or not. If they have a quirk, if they're weaker than her, she has like inferiority complex. I think that's how they say it. She's not gonna take crap from people who are weaker than her. But if they're stronger than her, and she'll listen to them, like she'll be more inclined to like hear them out. And this takes place probably during their 7th grade year. I don't know how the school system works in Japan, but they're in 7th grade. And she would start trying to blast him, and he would see what she's gonna do with her observation haki, and then immediately it's just right behind her. And he says that he doesn't want to fight her. And Bakugo, getting mad at the fact that he just dodged her, not only that, refuses to fight her, is calling him a coward because she still does it. She still wants to prove herself to him that that she's the strongest one in the school. So she starts blasting him again. And he's actually getting hit. He's getting hit by it, like full force because she's in front, like just right behind him. So how would they say it? Probably a closer. He's in front of her, so he's taking the full force of the hit. And she says, and she's like a little like scared because her ego sometimes gets the best of her, and she doesn't want to like kill anybody or make them in the hospital. She just wants to bruise them up and make sure that they know that she's the strongest. So she says, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And Deku, he's going to his since it was near his chest, he would have used armament haki on his just around his stomach and his chest. And she will look at this and be like, "Oh, what the hell? How the hell is your skin black?" And he would say, "This is training." And he just grabs his I think I don't know what kind. I know they're wooden baboons. Baboon. Yeah, baboon. Not baboon. Oh, jeez, baboon. Yeah, baboon. No, is I know baboon is a monkey, but is bab? Oh man, it's the strong. It's that. It's that. It's a sword made out of wood. All right, let's just say that it's made out of wood. He goes and he just hits her square on the noggin, and she feels it. And his sword is made with haki. Like he put haki into the blade, and he just lightly hit her. But this is Zoro's son, so a light hit to the noggin would mean absolute a headache. Let's just say that it's a headache. The skull's not cracked. She's just like she's tearing up. She's only having a little bit of respect for him, but she still hasn't heard his name. But she's not going to be angry with him per se because since she did lose, she's a little mad at that. But she's seeing him like, okay, he's strong. I'm just gonna see what this guy does because I want to be stronger than him. But if he's stronger than me, I might as well just be friends with him. So they become friends. And she finds out what his name is. She just says, "What is your name?" And he says, "My name." Sorry, I'm not sick. I'm sorry. Izuchi Munji Wado Midori. No wait, Wado Midori. Yeah, Midoriya. Izuchi Munji Wado Midoriya. And she would have heard that name and say, "Is that you, Midoriya?" And he wouldn't know who she is because, like, he's been only fully focused on his training, and the only person he has been with for all those years was Zoro and a few villagers, because this place is still inhabited by well, monsters, no, animals with quirks, but they will be in a safe place where the monsters won't go to, so they'll be okay. Anyway, she told her no, she Bakugo told Deku that she was friends with him once. Well, when they were little kids, and he would look at the resemblance of back then and now, and he'll be all like, "Oh, cool," because he's still nice, but he's not like, it doesn't affect him, but he's happy that there's at least somebody he knows in the school now. Anyway, after what's the call? After that, she kind of does have she's starting to have feelings for him, but he doesn't notice because, like I said, she's gonna be with the strongest. So I guess her mentality is, I'm gonna have a strong boyfriend who can actually knock me down. Sorry, I'm tired. She's gonna be with the strong people, and the only strong person right now that she sees are the pro heroes, like All Might and Endeavor, and like the people who are pro heroes. And I wouldn't know if her mom, because she never like, she fights with her, but she would fight and she wouldn't like back down because she's, let's see, she'll be at least 10%. There will be 10% less fights with her and her mom. So yeah, that's how nice. That's the only niceness she can. That's how nice she is. And instead of, if you look at canon Bakugo, that's a that's a major improvement in the niceness department. So she would confess and all because this there's nothing really going on during the time that was in middle school. So she started to go out with him after she confessed, and he was pretty cool with it. He does have feelings for her, but it's not like he's going gaga over her. I don't know if gaga's a thing. I'm just saying that. But he does see her as somebody who wants to become strong, and that makes her feel good in a way that she would be looked at in such a high standard. I guess as high as Deku would see her as. But he does care for her, and she has met the mom and dad again. Not the mom and dad. She would meet Mitsuki and Hisashi. Hisashi. I don't know that dude's name. I never actually just noticed his name. I just know that he's a good man. He has to deal with the mom and Bakugo fighting all the freaking time, and he's just like, let it in, just let it in. You can handle this. I guess he was into bad girls. Let's just say that, to the fighters. Anyway, afterwards, there would be the what is that thing called again? The teacher. No. Okay, it's skip past the year. They're dating, and this is during the teacher throwing the papers all up in the air. Everybody showing off their quirks, and she's not gonna say nothing actually, because she's contempt right now. Zoro, Deku, sorry, Deku and Bakugo are gonna be like just near each other talking, and they hear the teacher say, Bakugo, I heard that you wanted to, not heard, I see that you signed up for the entrance exam in UA. They said, yeah, I'm gonna make it. I believe in myself. And I'm stronger than all of you. Except for him. And that was pretty much it for what she says, because she's not gonna be a jerk. Like she's not really gonna be a complete jerk on this one. I think he'll probably be a jerk if he's still a guy. And after that, he just said, well, okay. And Bakugo would say, well, what about Deku? And he says, what about him? And she would say, how come he's not signing up? Or, I mean, how come you haven't said his name? And she said, no, not, she said, the teacher said that he didn't apply for UA. And she would say, we'll look at Deku and say, why not? He says that Deku doesn't actually care about being a hero. He just cares about fighting strong people, and he just cares about eating drinking because he has drinking before, and lucky for Zoro, Inko hasn't found out, you know. But she would kind of be a little angry with Deku because he wanted to, because he just wants to just live his life in peace as well. He wants to fight, but just live peacefully. And fighting heroes isn't his thing. He just wants to fight someone who one day challenge him. But anyway, she would tell him to like reconsider and see if he can apply for UA. And she would say, not she. Deku would say, he doesn't really care about this stuff. It's not his thing. Which Bakugo would get mad. And he would go, not he. She would go and go to the arcade with some people that she knows. And she still cares about him. It's just she's kind of mad. But she'll move on with it. That's what they all think. But anyway, he goes somewhere, but he gets lost because, well, I guess Zoro gets lost. It's genetics. Zoro will get lost. Deku would get lost, and he would be in that, I think it was a tunnel or whatever. It was like underground, or not underground. It was at like, I really don't know what that was. It's just like, it's a tunnel. Let's just say it's a tunnel, and the Sludge villain would attack Deku, but he wouldn't actually like freak out because he knows that the Sludge villain was there because he has observation haki. He has it on a lot of times because he wants to train himself into learning how to use it to the point where it's just second nature to him. And he tries to hit it because it's attacking it, and he would the Sludge villain would say, how come his attacks are hurting me? Because haki, if for people who don't know this, actually, haki would hurt anybody on a physical level because it's just, I don't know what haki is. I just know it's an energy source, or it's some kind of energy that few people would, I think they said 1 in a million would have. So she would, not she, the Sludge villain would feel it, and he would keep punching it. And every time he kept attacking it, the Sludge villain will like wince in pain. But it just starts to hurt even more and more because Deku trained with like elephants with quirks, rhinoceroses with quirks, and he would have to use a lot of strength, and it would hurt for him to keep using like all of his strength because it's a big freaking elephant. This is before he even had the haki. He just had to train his body into like putting as much pain, as much force as possible. So the Sludge villain will keep feeling pain until it gets knocked out, like due to how painful the punch is, because it hasn't ever. Because I know that the Sludge villain feels, I guess, it's never felt as much pain as a lot of people do because it's made out of sludge. So All Might would be there like a couple of seconds later, and Deku will look at him, and he wouldn't actually care because he knows there's other that he's met around Luffy and Sanji looks at him. He likes Inko's part of him, but he hates Zoro's side because they're still frenemies. If not, they just would actually. Sanji would kick him in the throat, and I guess Zoro would go throat cut him. I don't know, but he would tell him how did he do it because he knows that sludge people with sludge quirks can't feel pain, and he just says that I just used my power, and that will not power. He would use his strength and his ability to wield power. I really don't know how to explain this. I just know he would probably say something around the lines not around the line around the line of I was just using my power to beat him, and All Might would say, "You mean like your quirk?" And he would say, "No." And he says it's a long story, but I just gotta go. And All Might would look at him as a potential candidate, but he doesn't know who he is, so he never actually asked him. And All Might was in a rush. Let's just say he was in a rush and he dropped it, the Sludge villain. And then Deku would see like a lot of stuff, and he would see All Might like jumping in the air, but he would see I guess it's the not the burn mark, the scar and the damage that was happened on his left side because I think haki, observation haki, can see through stuff like that. If not, that's how it is now. All right. But anyway, so Deku would go. He would just go around the place because he wanted to apologize to Bakugo because he made her mad. Although I don't know why. I really wouldn't know why he would. He would apologize to her. I guess she had expected because she would expect him to do it because he's strong, but she has to. But she probably would learn about not not about. She will learn that some people just want to do what they want to do. I'm trying to, and I'm sorry if I'm bringing up like their love life because I'm a romantic kind of dude. I really like what ifs where people like the good guys win, the bad guy loses, the guy gets the girl, or the guy gets the guy. If you like, if you swing that way, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so he would hear an explosion, and he would immediately like just haul ass. Haul ass. Yeah, he'll just haul ass, and just I think since yeah he wouldn't get lost in this on this part because it's a big fiery explosion that happened. I think he would know his way around because Inko was there as his mother. Because of Inko's genetics, he won't be as easily lost as Zoro will. So he has Zoro's genetics and Inko's genetics is helping him out on this one. It is a cruel fate, my friends. Anyway, he would see that none of the heroes are doing nothing, and he would kind of get mad, or if not, like just angry because the heroes should have done something. That's what heroes do. They risk their lives, but none of the heroes right there are doing anything. They're just waiting for another person to come. So Deku is about to like just walk over there and just beat down the sludge villain, but he sees two girls. One is what was her name again? Okay, one was Suyu, the frog girl Froppy, and the other one was Bakugo. And he got mad at first because somebody it was a girl that's getting like more that was getting hurt, but he was getting like furious because that was his girlfriend there, and he would grab a couple of pipes and he would use a couple of pipes. Yeah, it would be a couple of pipes. It's explosions are happening. There's debris. There's pipes falling down, and he would grab three. And let's see, he would start to grab the swords. He would grab the pipes and then start making a sign like Zoro is on that picture. And he's putting haki into that because that's the only way to beat him. And in an instant, Deku's on the other side. And all you see is a big hole around the Sludge villain. And the Sludge villain doesn't feel it at first because all he knows is the fact that Deku didn't hit him at all. But then he's starting to feel the pain again. And it's like overwhelming him due to the fact that Deku used I forgot Deku Zoro's move. I think it was Tiger Lily or something, and he just in an instant, I think he explodes. Let's just say he explodes due to the fact that I really don't know what Sludge does when it explodes. It's just splattering all over the air. And All Might would be there, and he would be amazed on how fast and how he did not give a dang on what the people or the heroes did. What did I just say? No, he wouldn't. He would see how how much of a coward the heroes were, and he would look at Deku like he didn't even care. He was just going out, and he was gonna put somebody down with the fishes. But anyway, I wouldn't know what else would have happened, but yeah, let's just go back. Let's just go to the part where all the heroes would tell him something because he doesn't have a license. So I know that he would be told that he shouldn't have done that and all that other crap because since the heroes didn't do nothing. And Deku would like tell them, "You guys weren't doing nothing at all. That was my girlfriend and somebody that looks like a frog, that was being attacked by the Sludge villain." And he said, "You will let two beautiful girls die while I had the chance to save them." And and then Froppy would hear this and kind of blush, be like, "Oh. Someone who's looking at me attractively." And she does see Deku like as a big dude, or he's at least muscular and strong, and he has like a dark anger. Not dark anger. She just sees like a fire in his eyes, just like mad. So they would try to arrest him, but he's too fast and he's starting to knock down the heroes. And everybody's looking at him like, is this dude crazy? I thought he was supposed to save the he I thought he was just gonna help those two girls out. And other people were like arguing that he's he saved them and the heroes didn't do nothing. And as far as they're concerned, they like the dude with the three sticks, with the three pipe, and All Might just arrives. Well, I don't know how nobody sees him, some skinny dude, automatically look like The Rock Johnson. That is amazing to me. I don't know how to explain it. The fact that he puffs into steam, but he's in front of them. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm going off topic here. He would tell the pro heroes to stop it because because Deku, this young man, has saved these two girls. I think we should just let him go. And it's All Might, so it's like he has a lot of influence. Like if he killed somebody and he says it was on accident, then it's on accident. That's how it is. It's a cruel society that way, but he's not doing it for bad as far as I can tell. Anyway, and let's see. I think it was. I know it was the afternoon, like during the sunset. So he would walk home with Deku. I mean, Deku would walk with Bakugo home, and once he took her to his house. No, once he took her to her house, they said their goodbyes, kiss, kiss, and after all that, he just walks home. And since Deku would have observation haki, All Might would be not All Might. He would say, "All Might, I know it's you. Just come out." And All Might would be the skinny dude, but Deku doesn't actually like flinch because he still sees the scar on him, and he sees like his eyes, and he also sees the fact that there's no other blonde dude that he sees that's wearing the same clothes as All Might when he was over there helping out with the villains. Or no, not helping out with the villains, helping stop the villain. Or not the villain. When he took out the Sludge villain in their first interaction. And what's called All Might would try to offer him his quirk, and Deku just immediately said nope. All Might would be shocked because this is one for all, and he doesn't actually care, but he just says no because Deku has the pride of training, and he doesn't want anybody to ruin his how he trains. He doesn't want to him, All for One is like a drug. Very powerful drug at least. Jeez. And he looks at it as like it's a drug that he doesn't want he doesn't want steroids when he was working out because it doesn't feel accomplished. It's just like squandered that way. He doesn't want to ruin something that he trained so hard for with a power that could just give you power instantly. So I think I'm just gonna give it to Muriel. I don't know why, because somebody who can just go through walls. Yeah, he would need something stronger. So yeah, he doesn't want it. All Might's gonna give it to Muriel. That's pretty much it. And All Might would train. All Might said that I would train. That he will train him the best as he could. in how his quirk works, because he hasn't used his quirk during probably half the year, like during the 7.5 years. So Deku would be all like, all right, he'll ask for help for the he'll want to train his quirk and how to make it much more better, because the only thing he knows how to do is just make himself heavier. And yeah, so during the training he's going to learn how to do the uh, he's going to learn how to touch things and make things heavier. So it's going to help a lot, and he's going to help train with Mirio, because Mirio is going to get a lot more heavier stuff, because Deku's going to be making things heavier with his quirk, and he's going to learn how to do it. And this is when he's going to learn the second stage to pressure. And for those who don't know, there's going to be 3 stages to pressure, like I said in the previous what if, on how he's going to do it. And how he's going to do it is the first pressure, stage 1 to pressure, is going to be him and his making himself heavier and all that stuff. And stage 2 is going to be spirit pressure. So he's gonna learn a move that not Deku. Man, I keep getting things confused these days. Wow, I'm becoming retarded. Anyway, he's going to learn how to do the second stage to pressure, which is going to be spirit pressure. He's going to manipulate his spirit energy, not haki per se. And there's a move that I actually liked as a kid when I saw One Piece, when Zoro does something to himself. If you guys know what it is, then God bless you. You're amazing. 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 And with this, Mirio's gonna be much more better with One for All. And Deku's gonna be much more better with his quirk. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave it off for now. For those who don't know who I am, what am I talking about now? Jeez, I am confused because I have a lot of speeches that I have to be doing right now for people, and I really don't know how to do what ifs yet. But for those who do who saw my what if, I want to say thank you. You know, you guys are great. And if you liked it, then I'm gonna try to make this as easy as I can. I'm still nervous into talking to a camera or talking to a recorder. And I'm going to try my best to making what ifs a little more better. Yeah. So I do hope I get a lot of subscribers and a lot of people who would like how I do my work. And yeah. So God bless you. You rock. This is Ivan Torres, Anime Wave, signing off.